I'm back, Ohana. That is right. After a 10-month hiatus from filming on YouTube, I am back, and I am back with a vengeance. Now, if you've been following my other social media accounts, TikTok and Instagram, you know I've been prevalent there, doing lives on Instagram and TikTok shorts on TikTok, obviously. But YouTube's kind of taken a step back because I've been doing a lot of traveling for work. Now, that is on a little bit of a hold because I've done everything I needed to do. And I won't be traveling again until probably March or April of next year. So I have some time to kind of chill at home, make some videos, and have some fun interacting with you, my Ohana, one more time. Now, what are we going to be doing on YouTube? I've thought about this, and I want to keep it simple. And I've been doing this kind of random series called Candles and Cocktails, where I do a video or a live on Instagram, and then I'll do it on TikTok, but nothing really formalized, nothing really synergetic, right? So it's kind of been sporadic. Well, I kind of want to make it into a full series and put it on one social media platform, and we're choosing YouTube for that because I want to get back into YouTube, okay? So what are we going to do? Every Saturday, I'm going to be uploading a video in this series, Candles and Cocktails, with today being the first, okay? Now, the candles are always going to be coming from Luxillume, and sometimes they'll be part of the circa 1955 umbrella of that company, or sometimes they will come from the Luxillume umbrella of that company. And what's the difference? Circa 1955 is Disney-inspired candle scents. Luxillume is not Disney-inspired. They're just your kind of normal candle, like maybe in circa it's called Coffee on Main Street. In Luxillume, it's called Cappuccino, right? So that's kind of the difference. It's all one company, but there's two umbrellas, okay? So the candles are going to come from one of those umbrellas, but always from the same company. I know it's a long-winded answer, but that's what we're doing, okay? And then we're going to make a cocktail based on that candle in some kind of form, whether it's based on the scent profile, it's based on the name of the candle, it's based on a memory that that candle might envelop in you, okay? Or in me, since I'm making the cocktails. So this is episode 1 of Candles and Cocktail. And what candle did I choose? I chose Napa Nectar, okay? Now this is one I have been wanting to do a video on for quite a while because I really love this one. And I've got the perfect cocktail to make for this, okay? Now, this is prep day, okay? Why do I say prep day? Because this cocktail needs hours, at least 2, but up to 24 hours to kind of marinate, to kind of get it going. So I don't know if you're a drinker or not. Maybe you guess what we're doing. But for Napa Nectar, we are going to be making a sangria. And I'm very excited because I love a good sangria. Now, Napa Nectar, let's take a whiff. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you get that sweet, juicy, I don't know what kind of wine she used. I think she used a little bit of Merlot in here. But you're definitely getting that red wine notes. You're also getting some fruit, which is perfect for a sangria, because what is sangria? It's basically infused wine. Wine and some fruit to kind of infuse it all together to make it just better. So, such a wonderful candle. Napa Nectar. Now, some of these candles, I will say, are currently on the Luxillume website. Some of them are not. Some are in the vault, or they're seasonal or whatever. So just kind of be patient with me. I have a lot of candles. I've got about 35 candles in my house right now, with another 12 on order. So I've got tons of candles. So they kind of sit, and some are vaulted and come back later. So if you're interested in Napa Nectar, it might be on the site right now. It might be vaulted, but just stay tuned if you are interested in this one, because it is a great one. Now, Napa Nectar is based off, of course, the Food and Wine Festival of Epcot, okay? So we've got the candle. Now it's time to make the cocktail. Now, again, this is prep day, so I don't actually get to taste it right now. I'll taste it tomorrow. But for you, it'll be like 30 seconds. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this cocktail. Okay, so what is a sangria? So I am going to be using a red wine, and I use a blended red. I just find that the blends taste better to me. And this blend has a very juicy kind of flavor profile. It's got like blackberry and plum, and I just really like that. And it's going to be the perfect wine to use for our version of sangria, okay? So you're going to pour the full bottle. Okay? And then to it, I have in my measuring cup, I have 3/4 of a cup of orange juice and 1/2 cup of brandy. Now, brandy is completely optional to you. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to. I am going to be using it just because that's the way my mom always made her sangria. And so I wanted to make it like she used to make it. Okay, and then next we have 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Okay, and that's just going to sweeten it up. And so we're going to mix this all up. Get that sugar nice and kind of dissolved in this. And the other great thing about sangria is it's very versatile, okay? So you can use a red wine, you can use a white wine, you can use a rosé. You can use anything you want, okay? As far as wine goes. You can also use anything you want as far as fruit goes. So we are going to be making a fall style sangria because it is November. It just started, and so we want to use fall flavors. So here I have some oranges cut up, and I cut them up into little quarters like this, and then some small chunks of pears. Okay, and we're going to put this in our wine mixture. Okay, I'm also going to be adding some blueberries because, you know, I love a good berry in my sangria. I'm gonna throw some blueberries in there. And we're just gonna kind of stir that in a little bit so everything kind of gets mixed in. Okay. So the final touch to make this kind of a fall flavor is I have some cinnamon sticks here I'm going to be using. So I'm going to put 1 cinnamon stick in here to kind of add that delicious, delicious flavor of cinnamon in my sangria. And that is it, okay? You put the top on, and then you put this in the fridge for at least 2 hours to let the flavors marinate in the wine. Like I said, it's an infused wine, basically. Up to 24 hours, okay? I'm going to leave this overnight, which means I don't get to try it yet. We're going to try it tomorrow after it's been sitting for 24 hours. Okay, so I got the wine in the fridge. I got 24 hours to let the flavors marinate and melt together. It's going to be so good. I'm hoping it tastes exactly like this smells, because if it does, you know, that's the one thing about Nicole's candles of circa 1955. You want to almost eat these. There's certain ones that you just wish you could take a spoon. Oh, so good. I mean, don't do it. It is soy, but you're not going to want that in your system. Okay, so once again, we made a sangria. We used red wine. Again, you can use a white wine, red, a rosé. You can even use a sparkling wine. Just know that once you open that bottle of sparkling wine, the carbonation will fade. So you don't want to really do a sparkling wine for a 24-hour marinade. I'd say about 1 to 3 hours, and you're good, and you're going to want to serve that to your friends within that time frame, just to make sure you get that carbonation. But you can totally do it. I've had a sparkling sangria before, and it was delicious, okay? That is it. I will see you tomorrow for the taste test, and once again, we'll go through and smell the candle as well as taste the sangria, okay? So I will see you tomorrow. Hey, it is the next day. This sangria has been marinating and sitting and resting for 24 hours now. I'm so excited. So, one more time just to recap. Since it's been 24 hours for me, it's been about 30 seconds for you. But we are doing the Napa Nectar candle from circa 1955, which has a nice red wine bouquet with some fresh fruit. I'm getting berry. So that's what we did in our sangria, right? So just to recap, we used orange, pear, berry, and cinnamon along with a red wine blend. So I'm going to give this one little stir, kind of get everything mixed up, and you can see everything's kind of taken on the color. Let's get a pear. Let's find a pear. There it is. You can see the pear there has taken on this nice, delicious red. Oh, so good. So I am going to scoop in some of the fruit into my glass with ice. Like so. And then we are going to pour the sangria in. I'm excited. Okay, so here we have our sangria. Let's do a smell comparison. It's actually pretty close. I'll say the candle has more of a sweetness compared to the actual sangria because obviously this has some brandy in it and it's got the fresh red wine versus like a red wine flavoring. So this has that little bit of bitterness of it. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I'm getting that cinnamon. I'm getting that fall pear kind of flavor. And it just really enhances the red wine. Oh, man. That is good. So one more time, a recap. Bottle of red wine, half a cup of brandy, 3/4 cup of orange juice, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, and then fruits kind of diced up into whatever you want. So I did orange, pear, blueberry, and then a cinnamon stick, and it came out amazing, okay? So once again, that recipe will be down in the description below. I hope you enjoyed episode 1 of Candles and Cocktails, where we did Napa Nectar with the fresh sangria sitting for 24 hours. Delicious. It's a great fall drink, and again, you can customize it however you want. Okay, until next week, I will see you on episode 2 of Candles and Cocktails, but until then, cheers.